G'day Stoke Nation, welcome to this is the final session of the Water Polo Fit Delfina Mobility Program. Over the last 4 weeks we've really worked on the, as Marion calls it, the triple threat. Your ankles, hips and back, your thoracic spine. I reckon if people get through this far, Marion, I reckon we should make a certificate for them. If anyone writes in and says that they've done the full program, we'll give you a certificate for it. Signed off, diploma in mobility, courtesy of Water Polo Fit. Not sure what that gets you, but for it's worth it, we're more than happy to do it. Marion, body weight today. What have we got in the accessories week?
Yeah, so to finish up, we'll kind of do relatively big movements for your mobility, a couple of funky ones, just again to target all the joints. I'll probably suggest to do these after you roll out and hydrate, just to kind of top it up. So the first one is a bit of a mashup of a lateral lunge into a close twist. So set yourself up in that lateral lunge, so just going to really open up through your hips. And then from here I'm going to transition into a close twist. So you probably would have done each movement individually, but mashing them up, just kind of getting in the flow and connecting my ankles that are pivoting, and then my hips working a frontal plane, and then into the close twist to work through a thoracic spine. So do it, 5 reps on one side, and then you can get into the other side, just opening up. So pretty nice one. I personally recommend, once you get comfortable doing things in a flow and just using all three in the same time.
Can you do a couple where you face this way?
Face that way?
Yeah, no, rather than on those, you always turn so you're facing that way. So can you do a couple where you turn this way?
So it'll be that way, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like that?
Yeah.
Then you're going to have my backside. Breathing through it. Good?
Good.
The next two is, when it comes to my programming, I put this under ground to standing exercises, which are good for mobility and good for like a blood circulation, good for recovery, and just good and just again connecting everything at the same time. So there's a whole lot of them, but for today I'll show you again some that will target all three joints, so ankle, hip, and mobility. So this is your half crouch get up. So starting at kind of this half crouch position, try to go no hands. I'm going to roll forward, bring this leg forward, and you can just kind of spend a bit of time in here. And then I'll just get you to sit up and kind of reach across in that half kneeling hip flexor stretch, and then we'll just reverse it into where we started. So going boom, up, and then opening up to the hip. And the idea again is if you look at my hips, they're moving in that 3 planes of motion. So they're rolling through in the capsule, and even my ankle has to work, open up through it. For some you might find it's a bit of actually a strength challenge, but that's okay, because the way we define mobility is strength at end range. So that's your half crunch get up. The last one is sit up, get up. So basically you're gonna start on your knees, and it might take you a few reps to kind of find your position. So from here, kneeling, I'm gonna go into the squat, and I might spend a bit of time here, and then go back down on my knees, open up through the hips, and then squat. For bonus point, I can reach left and right for my thoracic spine, back down, open up to the hips that way, and then back to the spine. So if you look at my ankle, it's rolling forward, my hips are opening that way, and then I'm finishing it up in that thoracic spine reach as well. So we basically just targeted every single joint, but we kind of created a bit of a flow. If you remember, or don't remember, as you know, water polo you're always flowing, you're always moving, you're using your whole body. Nothing works in isolation. So we're just kind of trying to prep the body for movement. So yeah, so reps wise, 5 to 10 reps, whatever feels good. And you can use this not just to prep for a game, but also your active recovery, because you're gonna pump up the blood or flush the blood through your system as you do it.